this over Google Hangouts.
Yes.
Not that anybody's ever going to watch them, but just as a matter of principle, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so we can get started now. I guess we don't have to do the regular stand-up stuff because we're just getting rolling. So why don't we just get going into what's happening now? Megan, do you want to go on, talk about where you are at with your current story?
Yes. So I started working on the fax number validation today morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I added the separate RB file for the validator, and I have all the tests passing. The specs, I made changes in the specs to include new uh, the new valid fax numbers and remove the ones that we don't accept anymore.
Ah, okay, good.
So those specs are working fine. And also, I made sure that the fax is in the company model, the fax number is validating using the new RB file.
Mm-hmm.
So I all the specs, the R spec ran fine. The Cucumber is just running. I think it's going to finish in another, 5 minutes, and I think all the tests should pass.
Okay. Did you also change the agency model evaluation to use the fax validator? You mentioned you changed the company model to use the fax validator.
Yes, I have
Agency
not
also has
changed the
fax in
agent.
there.
Yes, I should change that too.
Yep. Those are the only two places we have fax numbers, as we know. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds like good progress. No blockers then, huh?
No, no blockers.
Okay. Did,
I just want to know I just wanted to know the next steps that I should take, uh, how the code review should be done, and things like that.
yeah, perfect question. So when you're done,
Hmm.
the process is that you go ahead, well, you push it to your repo, your origin
Okay.
repo in GitHub,
Okay.
and then you should be able to go in your origin repo and compare that branch, that feature branch, against
Hmm.
development of the
Hmm.
master. So the upstream, the master, of course, is called upstream. That's the name of the repo.
Okay.
And the comparison of your feature branch should be against the development branch in upstream, because that's what we
Okay.
merge it into. We would merge it into development.
Okay.
And so once you do that comparison, if there's no merge conflicts, if GitHub doesn't tell you there's any merge conflicts, you just review the changed files. It'll show you the changed files in your feature branch relative to the development branch
Yes.
upstream. And if that all looks good, like you didn't leave a debug statement in there, or you didn't have some comments that you forgot to remove, all that, then you go
Yeah.
ahead and create a pull request, and you'll see a button there for that. There's a
Okay.
page. There's a page on the wiki that describes how to create. Let me, in fact, look at that real quick, see if it's up to date. Let me see. I'll go to the wiki. Yeah. Tell you what. Why don't I share my screen really quickly because it'll be quicker to just kind of look at it and
Yes.
talk to it. Yeah. Okay. So this is our MetPlus Pets repo, of course. On the wiki, there's this working with Git and GitHub,
Hmm.
and under there, can you see that? Okay.
Yes, I can.
So developing a feature. Click on that.
Hmm.
Um, I wrote this way back in February, but anyway, this talks through a little bit of the lingo, like what is the project repo, what's your personal repo. So project repo is called upstream, as we know. Your personal
Hmm.
repo is typically called origin. So anyway, it gets you used to the lingo. What's upstream mean? What's origin mean? Just in case you didn't know that. So it walks
Yeah.
you through that. Before it
Hmm.
uses those terms in the description, it defines the terms, if you're new to it. You've already updated Waffle, you've moved it over to in progress, and you've assigned yourself.
Yes, I've done that.
You will make sure that you this talks about updating your local development branch on your computer. So
Hmm.
you want to update your local development branch on your computer to match the development branch upstream. And then
Hmm.
you want to make sure that anything in the development branch upstream is included in your feature branch.
Yeah.
Because the development branch upstream may have moved forward quite a bit
Yes.
since you pulled
Yes.
but, okay, so did you use GitHub in your last, or did you use Git in your last job?
I did. Last job, no. But when I was doing the Coursera course, I did use
Ah,
GitHub.
oh, so you've been using Git and GitHub too?
Yeah, GitHub too.
Okay, so most of the stuff, all this stuff should be fairly straightforward to you. So anyway, this walks through the steps, which you don't need a lot of hand-holding, it sounds like, for that.
Hmm.
Um, this is if you spent 3 weeks working on your development branch since you
Hmm.
last created your development branch,
Yeah.
local development branch, you'll have changes upstream that you have to pull in because three
Yeah.
weeks is a long time. But you've only been at this a day. I don't think any PRs have occurred, have merged.
Yeah. Probably there's not going to be much changes.
I don't think there'll be any changes, but you can go through the mechanics just to
Yeah.
make sure.
Yes.
Rebase if you need to. And then basically, you will push your changes up to your origin. Your origin is your repo in GitHub and give it the same name, feature branch name. And then you'll
Okay.
go and create a pull request. And this is what I was talking about when you go into GitHub. So you'll look at your personal repo. You'll compare your feature branch against the development branch
Hmm.
upstream. And if things look good, then you just go ahead and you push the button to create a pull request. This is important. When you name your pull request, at the
Hmm.
top you'll give it a title. Give it a title that looks like this. It'll be Adjuventures / MetPlus Tracker pound, and then the number of your story,
Okay.
whatever your story is. I think it's called 367, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you give it 367. GitHub looks at this, and supposedly it helps us, well, one thing, it helps us assign the pull request to the actual source code change that's going to go into upstream. That's what it
Hmm.
does for us. So anyway, in the description of the PR, so there'll be a title and a description of the PR, you can describe what you did, which is always good. Um,
Yeah.
I will, let's see. So I'm going to go look at pull requests here, and let's look at a closed pull request. So what I tend to do with a pull request, first of all, you'll see I named this pull request closes this number 366, consistent with our standard.
Hmm.
And then what I tend to do is I put the story here. What is the story that I developed?
Hmm.
In this case, this is a bug. So the story was, that this is wrong as described here. And then to fix this, I did this. I went to this file, created these event types. I went
Hmm.
to this file, did this, that kind of thing. And then I
Yeah.
also give an outline. I did some cucumber tests.
Hmm.
I added these scenarios, these cucumber scenarios, and I went to event spec.rb, and I
Hmm.
added these two tests these two RSpec tests in that file. The reason I
Hmm.
do that is that the code reviewers will get a bunch of file changes in the PR to view. There'll be a 12, 15, 20, sometimes
Yeah.
more. And without an idea of what actually the file changes represent, like this,
Yeah. True.
it's really hard. For
Yeah.
small stories, you change one file, it's pretty obvious. You don't need to belabor it like this. But I always
Yeah.
like to do this so the code reviewer has an idea of what they're looking at when they
Yes.
assess the change code. And that's basically it. So it's
Okay.
fairly straightforward, and it's documented here. If you find any problems with this documentation or anything confusing, let me know.
Yes, I
Um,
will.
yeah, because I always want to make these things better if we can.
Hmm.
And then once you're done with that, what you'll do is you'll go over and you will move this over into the need review column once you
Yes.
create a pull request, and
Yeah.
that's it. And then everybody will see it in the MetPlus Notify channel,
Hmm.
and we'll go in and review it. He will review it, I will review it, Vijay might review it. Um,
Yeah.
Sanjay, you're free to review it as well. And then
Okay.
based upon that, you'll see the comments coming in
Hmm.
GitHub. They'll be notified in MetPlus Notify, and then you'll fix it and update your feature branch, your PR, and we'll be good to go.
Done. Perfect.
Yeah, so it's once you move it into need review and you've created the PR, everything will happen after that, all the code reviews and all that. So you don't need to do anything special beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once you do that, I would suggest that you go ahead, if you want, take ownership of this phone validation one, and
Yes.
move that to in progress and get rolling on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right. So anything else, Mega, on your side right now?
No, that's it.
Okay, great. Um, so Sandhya, I thought that maybe you might want to take a look at that issue that I posted in Slack.
Yes, I did look into it.
Okay, it's
Some changes to the footer, right?
exactly. You've
Yeah.
seen it. It's really ugly, right? So here's our header, and the footer is this thing that's a weird color. We actually reviewed this with the client. We said we have this footer and header that are different colors. They can't be. And which do you prefer? He wanted the header color.
Okay.
So the footer's got to be the same color. It's too big. It shouldn't be bigger than the header. In fact, if you can make it smaller, maybe just as small, if not smaller. And I'm talking Y direction, right?
Okay. Just for clarification, I mean, where did you open this?
Where did I
In
open?
the Heroku itself?
Say that again?
You have opened this in the Heroku itself, wherever it is deployed?
Oh no, I'm running this on my local machine. So you can see the URL here is localhost.
Okay,
So this is
okay,
on
fine.
my computer.
Yeah, fine.
So yeah, so if you run the Rails server started for you, it sounds like,
Yes, it has started
right?
for me. Yeah,
You
I
did
know. It
Rails
opens
S.
correct.
And then have you opened localhost colon 3000?
Yes.
Okay. And then so what I did here was I just, when it opens, you'll see the welcome screen. And
Correct.
here, well, you'll see it right away,
Yes.
bottom. What I was just doing was playing around with, you know,
The registration form.
the
Okay.
phone business. Yeah, so you can see, well, that phone number's okay, but this phone number's bad. So this is a quick way or to be bad. Actually, look at that. It accepted that. That's not good. Well, there, right away we got a problem. That's so a good thing you're going to be fixing that, Mega. Um, so you can probably poke around and find the code, I would think,
Yeah.
pretty easily. But if you're not familiar with Rails, Rails puts the views stuff. Are you familiar at all with Rails?
Yes, I am familiar.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
know to look
But
for.
I've not worked much on it. I've
Ah,
just done some basic stuff, so I'll just have to, go into detail this time.
okay. Yeah, well, this is an opportunity to dive into detail, and I think this particular story will be pretty much all Bootstrap and CSS.
Okay.
So that, and I know you've got some background in that now.
Yes, I have some
It
background.
won't be Ruby coding, etc., except making sure you don't break any Ruby code here, which
Yeah,
is
sure.
straightforward to do. But anyway, under the app directory, you'll find views, and under views, you'll go under layouts, and layout, there's an application, which is the main
Yes.
layout page, of course. And in there, you're going to see, we lay out the menu, which is the header, the top
Okay.
goes in the header.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's the content for the page itself, and then of course we render the footer. The
Okay.
footer itself is in the layouts folder named footer, so that would be, and it's a partial, so it's footer here, right here. And in
Okay.
here, this is the code that creates the footer.
Okay.
And you can see that, I don't know why, but we've got 3 divs nested here, which is probably a problem in and of itself. It's too complex. All of these classes, they're
Yeah.
Bootstrap classes. You're probably familiar
Correct.
with that? Yeah.
Yes,
This
I'm
is a
familiar.
ID, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the ID themselves point to some CSS file, again, in assets, style sheets. You will find the CSS split amongst this. So, I don't know. Let me see. Let's see this guy. All right, so it looks like jobs.css.scss has this ID defined, panel default ID.
Okay.
And here you can see the CSS for that. So
Okay.
you can follow the logic from that. It's fairly straightforward once you get
Yes.
that. But it's app style sheets, and excuse me, app asset style sheets, app views, layouts.
Okay. Fine.
Footer. Yep. So you can find it easily, but then to fix it, it's probably, I get frustrated working with CSS. And
Okay.
yeah, so it takes fiddling and experimentation, as you know.
Yes, true.
There's nothing, I don't find CSS to be all that, I don't know, it's not structured like object-oriented code or Ruby, so
Correct.
I think it's more of an art and
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. Not as user friendly as it seems to be.
As we would want it to be, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else at this point. So, is there anything else? It sounds like you both are started off and running, I guess,
Yes.
which is great. Okay. Do you think maybe the next time we should connect up is maybe Wednesday? Is that okay at this point? Or do we need to
Yep.
connect up tomorrow? Okay.
Fine with me.
Okay. You've got enough work to do then, huh? And Meg, is that okay with you? Maybe she had to step away.
I think she muted herself.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay, so let's do that. Let's connect up Wednesday, same time, if that's okay for you folks.
Yep.
Okay. Mega, still there? Sounds like she's got some stuff happening in the background. So.
Not a
All right.
problem, Patrick. I think I'll ping her on Slack and inform her of the same.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you very much. And if you have any issues with working through the code or finding stuff, just ping me on Slack.
I will do
We'll
that.
work away there. But it sounds like
Sure.
I'm glad you're taking off. I'm sick of looking at that footer. It's hard. It's terrible to look at. So it'll be good to get that
Yeah,
fixed.
I'll look into it.
And then, do you have any UI experience, Sandhya, or UI design experience, UX, user experience?
No, basically, I was working on the Coursera code,
Uh-huh.
and there I have done some UI coding. Nothing apart that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, through
So
the
you don't.
course and a couple of small applications I have built for testing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but nothing as a project or whatever.
Okay. So no UI design experience, for instance.
No.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Our UI is not pretty, and we have inconsistent UI elements, like how to go back to a prior screen, etc. And our navigation is not clear to the user. Like, how do I go back from this to the point I started from? Do I hit the browser left arrow button, or is there
Okay.
something that will bring, that kind of thing? But we need to work that out as a team downstream. We still have foundational things to build first.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine.
Okay. All right. Well, great. Then we will connect up Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon your time and see
Yes.
where we're at.
Same time, right?
Same time. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Sonia. Have a good day or
Have a
evening.
good day, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye now.